It's the Angels and the Diamondbacks here tonight. Just a quick trip from Southern California for the Halos. Another team that's nearby that we don't see a whole lot.
No, being in this ballpark. Just ask Mike Trout how many times he's seen this ballpark in the outfield.
Yeah, very little for Trout here at Chase Field. We'll explain that. Angels lineup brought to you by Simpson Chevy with Zach Neto leading off. Trout's in center field, playing here in a regular season game for only the third time in his career, which is impossible to believe. Wade Meckler is back in the lineup in left field. Joe Adell is in right. Nolan Shonowell at first base hits fifth. Then it's Guzman, Ohapi, Walton batting eighth. Peraza on his birthday, turning 26 today, batting in the number 9 spot against a guy who's given up a lot of gopher balls this year. Ryan Nelson, hard thrower, but he is not missing enough bats this season.
I mean, his fastball is 94 to 99, but you're right, he's given up 11 home runs versus his fastball. So you got to be ready to be able to swing at that mistake fastball. That's going to be the key today. My go-to to have success is power that middle zone fastball. Mentioned 11 home runs allowed, but also square up the flat slider. He's given up 4 home runs on that pitch, but overall he's given up his fair share of home runs, 17 of them this season. But he does have a swing and miss fastball though when he hits his spots.
They said it's somewhat of an invisible the way that it goes and rides upstairs, but he's leaked it over the plate a lot this year. 17 home runs in 76 innings. He has the highest home run rate in the National League, and he is facing Zach Neto to start things off here tonight. The first pitch is that fastball right in the spot that Nelson throws it a lot.
And that's the spot where Zach Neto hits a long way himself. That was exactly where he wanted. We were even talking about that on the pregame show, that he'd be able to jump on a fastball first pitch, and he had to swing just a little bit underneath it.
Now, Nelson's had a lot of clunkers this year, and he doesn't strike many hitters out despite the hard fastball. Only 57 strikeouts in 76 innings this year for Ryan Nelson. He has had 5 straight starts in which he has had 3 or fewer strikeouts.
It's hard to believe when you throw that hard to not have more strikeouts, but really his cutter has been hit a little bit. His slider has not been as effective. His best pitch really is his curveball.
It's 0-2 on Zach Neto, the leadoff batter tonight, and a breaking ball is there for strike 3 as Neto was out in front. So 1 away as Nelson strikes out the first batter on 3 pitches.
And the defense behind Nelson, you have one of the best out there in the outfield with 6 defensive runs saved with 3 outfield assists. Corbin Carroll, he can cover some serious ground. A Gold Glove winner at third base. The OC native Nolan Arenado. Palermo over at shortstop too. Smith, Marte in the infield. Moreno, a very good catcher behind the plate for the D-back.
A very good catcher. Might be the best catcher now in the National League. That Patrick Bailey was traded out of the league to Cleveland, to the American League. Moreno, that opens him up to win as many Gold Gloves as he wants behind the plate in the National League. Here is Mike Trout in his 3rd career regular season game here at Chase Field, hitting one off the foot of the pitcher Nelson. Arenado with the bare hand play too late, and Trout has an infield hit. Well, welcome back to Chase Field. It's only been 11 years.
Yes. Probably the last time he was here, they had that dirt path that goes right to the mound. The last time he was here playing in the outfield.
They had a lot of things that were different then, including darker lighting in this ballpark. It's brightened up since the last time we were here.
It's one of those things right off his ankle. It's a lot of times when you hear that off the bat, you think it's hit harder. He had plenty of time to feel that, but it kind of froze him there with the sound off the bat.
So the Angels have a man on. Here is Wade Meckler as he takes a strike. Meckler ran into the wall straight on yesterday at Angels Stadium. Said he didn't feel the warning track really as he approached the wall.
Oh, he did that in left field too. He would slide it right into the short wall there, make a great play his first game as a Halo.
Here's a little looper up the middle. Perdomo caught it, and that's the second out. Well, don't put me in a car with Wade Meckler if he's going to ignore all the signals. I don't want to be driving with him.
Oh no.
2 away as Meckler lines out to Perdomo, and now Joe Adell will be the batter.
So far, some soft contact off Nelson's fastball there by Meckler and even Trout.
It's been few and far between for Nelson, who allowed 7 runs in his last start against the Marlins. We're 10-2 in the month of June. They've been good in June, and so is Joe Adell, who bounces 1 foul.
He's got odd numbers too, Wayne. 222 batting average. You think, oh, that's pretty good versus his fastball, but 11 home runs.
Ryan Nelson has been better here at Chase Field of late after a tough time earlier in the year, but that's kind of part of how it's been for Nelson. who's had some good games, but there's also been some 6s, 7s, and 8s allowed in the run column this year. One game against the Blue Jays, he allowed 8 runs in the first inning.
Imagine he's going to come back with his curveball, very similar count that he just had on Zach Neto's. Torey Lovullo. He's been around here a long time.
Former Angel Torey Lovullo, as Adele lines it fair down the right field line. That's it in the corner, and let's watch Trout run. He's on his way to third. He's being sent to the plate. Carroll's relay throw will not come in. Trout scores with a head-first dive, and an RBI double for Joe Adele gives the Angels a 1-0 lead.
And another good swing for Joe Adele with 2 strikes. It's an elevated 4-seam fastball, and he rocketed it down the right field line. Boy, has he been good with 2 strikes. They tried to elevate it. Joe just stayed on it. The short going the other way. The baseball just went down there perfectly with Trout running.
That's the key right there. You just turn and watch Mike Trout as he steams around the bases. Scored easily on that play after all. 41st RBI for Adele. He leads the team.
It's always textbook when you watch Trout going around and cutting corners. And then he had that head first slide. He's doing his best impersonation of Trey Turner, just sliding through.
Joe Adele with 14 hits in his last 31 at bats. 9 times on base now in the last 3 games.
Boy, he does love the month of June, does it, Joe Adele?
It seems like it. 11 home runs last June. He's hit everything in sight so far this June. Count 0-2 on Nolan Shotwell as the Angels score first against Ryan Nelson.
Shotwell some pretty good numbers against the Diamondbacks in his career, over 400 batting average. Joe Adele at home here in Arizona. Welcome home, Joe.
Nolan Shotwell at the plate here. Opponents have really crushed Nelson with runners in scoring position. 3.33 that average. Nelson's ERA in the first 3 innings is over 6. And Shotwell taps it to the right side. Kind of skipped up on Marte, but he was able to grab it. And that ends the inning. Angels do get the first run of the game. Joe Adele drives home Trout. Urania, the best ERA in the American League since the beginning of May. And that's not among rookies. That's among everybody. He's been extremely impressive.
Yeah, he has. I mean, his poise has been outstanding. We know how good that fastball can be, even touch 100 miles an hour, but his changeup is outstanding. My go-tos for Walter Urania to have another really solid start against a tough team in Arizona here. Use that sweeper effectively, especially against the right-handed batters in this lineup. Use that sinker to set up the changeup. That same plane with that sinker, low at the knees, and then drop that changeup below the knees for swinging misses or hitting on top of the baseball.
Angels have a 1-0 lead as we see the Diamondbacks line up with Ketel Marte to start it, then Perdomo, Carroll bats third, and Moreno's been hot lately hitting cleanup for Torey Lovullo and the Arizona Diamondbacks. Marte looks at strike 1 from Walter Urania. You always hear it remarked by managers and coaches that, you know, a guy will show you what he's made of when he doesn't have his best stuff and still puts together a good outing. Marte out in front pops this one up. Looking up to the roof is Zach Neto. And that's the first out here in the first inning.
And the defense behind Urania here today. Mike Trout, we mentioned, only 2 games ever in this ballpark. Going to be his 3rd one out in center field. That is a spacious center field here at Chase Field, too. In left field, you got Meckler, Adele in right field. In the infield, you just saw Neto making the play. Guzman has been solid. The youngster at third base. Peraza back at second. Shotwell and Ohapi behind the plate. But Mike Trout back out in center field for the 3rd time ever here in this ballpark.
Here's Geraldo Perdomo showing bunt and taking ball 1. Now, Trout has played here in the World Baseball Classic. In fact, he's played more WBC games here than he has regular season games. 1 ball, no strikes on Perdomo. The shortstop for the Diamondbacks takes ball 2. But getting back to Urania's last start, 5 innings. He had 5 walks, but also 7 strikeouts, no runs allowed. Clearly, he was fighting it out there. Threw 107 pitches in 5 innings. At the end of it all, no runs allowed.
No runs
and that's
allowed.
exactly the type of thing you hear managers and coaches say, especially about a young pitcher, how they can show up in moments like that.
And don't panic, don't overthrow, don't try to do anything different. Yeah, you have a couple pitches that aren't working well, but you still have 2 other pitches you can go to during the course of the game to put up those zeros, and that's exactly what he did. And I love the fact that with the off day, gave him an extra day of rest too. Basically, it would be like a 6-man rotation here his next time out.
Fortuitous off day in that regard after 107 pitches in that start against the Astros. He is behind Perdomo here, 3 balls and 1 strike. Turned on and hit foul, 3-2.
Take a look at our StatCast video powered by Google Cloud. We just talked about that last time out there for Uranian, and that's why you're seeing this a little bit different as far as the pitch arsenal from the game before to the Houston thing, where he threw a lot more sinkers in there, less changeup. Yet it didn't have quite the feel for the changeup or the sweeper as much.
There's ball 4, so Perdomo has walked more than he has struck out so far this year. Draws a 1-out free pass, and that brings very exciting Corbin Carroll to the plate.
It's a lot of speed on the bases and at the plate here now. Puts a lot more pressure on a defense. And if you're struggling to score runs like the Diamondbacks have of late, you might see Perdomo on the run here.
Perdomo with a decent lead at first as Carroll takes a high strike. Carroll is on pace to lead the National League in triples for a 4th straight season. He had 17 last year. He has 8 already this year. And now 51 triples in just a little more than 4 big league seasons. He hits this one in the air toward the right field line. Looks like it's going to stay in play. Chasing it, Peraza, long run, and Peraza makes the catch. Even though Adele kind of sideswiped him there, Peraza grabs it. Heading from first to third is Perdomo, as the Angels were slow to get it in between Adele and Peraza.
Hopefully
both
Peraza
shaken up.
is okay. He got hit right in the leg.
Now Peraza caught it in foul territory, hung onto it despite all his contact from the enormous Joe Adele.
Well, you see him hit him right in the leg and ankle area with that body of Joe Adele. It was amazing to be able to hold on to that baseball like he did. By the way, another good changeup to get Carroll out. He's had a tough time with all speed pitches. Seeing guys going around the bases. Trout was able to go around. You see Perdomo go all the way from first to third on a pop-up caught. Hopefully Peraza's okay.
Perdomo took advantage of that extra time, and Peraza is still flat on his back as Mike Frostad takes a look at Peraza here. Not much of a birthday present from his teammate Joe Adele.
We know how tough he is too, so you know he's in some serious discomfort right now.
Let's hope that structurally everything is okay, and whatever did happen there just ends up being a bruise. But it sounds like Peraza, or it seems like Peraza, kind of talking about his ankle twisting up. Perdomo alert on the play, goes from first to third.
That was really good base running there too. He's now, you know, obviously with a guy with a sweeper and a changeup, potential pitches in the dirt, you're at third base.
Batter will be Moreno once play gets back to.
And he definitely did tag up. He waited and he looked back to see. Just really good base runner overall.
And nicely done by Perdomo. Looks like Peraza is going to stay in the game. So that's a good sign for the Angels. Oswald Peraza up and walking around and gives Shonowell the thumbs up. So 2 outs. Moreno will be the batter here with Perdomo at third base. Moreno has been the hottest of the Diamondbacks hitters lately. And a go-ahead home run in the game yesterday that they played against the Reds in Cincinnati. And overall, Moreno hitting .311 over his last 25 games with 10 extra base hits, including 5 home runs.
not overly aggressive on the first pitch. Is 1 for 10 this season. The number of hitters in this Diamondbacks lineup are really aggressive on the first pitch.
I don't think of the Diamondbacks as a team that walks or strikes out that much. Ball 1 to Moreno.
On that sweeper first pitch, it's good to see him try and establish that one early on.
Moreno was a Gold Glove winner in his rookie year in 2023. That's a strike to make it 1-1. First Diamondbacks catcher to win a Gold Glove, and like I said earlier, with Bailey now not in the National League, Moreno's got a better path to win another.
Yeah, if he just stays healthy on the field, he's going to win a lot of them.
1 ball, 1 strike. Chop to third, backing up to backhand at Guzman. Bounce throw across. Shotwell stretches, but can't stay on the bag. Moreno is safe. Perdomo scores, and the Diamondbacks get a run here in the first.
How important was that tag up all the way over from first base and that pop up now?
Yeah, you wouldn't have been able to score on an infield hit. Nice job by Guzman to snag it, but he just could not keep Shotwell on the base with that throw that skidded across the infield.
Did everything well on that one. That's what you're trying to do, to be able to use that field turf to be able to skip it across.
So Moreno gets a 2-out RBI and an infield hit. Here's Lourdes Gurriel Jr. just returning from the IL today. A fairly short IL stay, May 22nd, the last time he played, had a hamstring injury. Dangerous hitter when he's right. He has not been yet this year, but I've seen him put up some good numbers in the past. He's been an all-star. 1 ball, 1 strike.
He's got good pull power.
This ballpark has largely been a hitter's paradise over the years. Inside out swing and a soft liner to first ends the inning. The Diamondbacks grab a run though. Perdomo going first to third on that pop up. A big play. It's 1-1.
And here's tonight's Hyundai King for the game. Arizona native Dirk Bentley in there. Free and easy. That means free and easy. Relaxed swings at the plate, but also free and easy in that delivery of that changeup for Ureno on the mound. So swinging the bat, free and easy. Don't press. Look for that fastball. Get the barrel to it against Nelson, but also with Ureno on the mound is free and easy delivery on that changeup.
Each team scored a run in the first inning. Angels with a 2-out RBI double from Joe Adell. Diamondbacks an infield hit from Gabriel Moreno that scored Perdomo after he went first to third on a foul pop-up thanks to a collision by Joe Adell and Oswald Peraza. 1 pitch, 1 out here in the second inning as Guzman grounds out to Perdomo.
Not a big ground ball guy. Nelson, but 2 ground ball outs in a row.
Brings up Logan O'Hoppe. Some encouraging signs from O'Hoppe offensively in the last week or two. His batting average has gone up close to 25 points here in the last couple of weeks. Nelson pours that fastball right in there. It's a firm 97-mile-an-hour fastball from Ryan Nelson.
He's not as much run on his 4-seamer this season as compared to the past. Still firm, but not as much run, so that stays over the plate a lot.
Last year, he led the major leagues in run value among fastballs. He had a better run value on his fastball than anybody. This year, that certainly has not been the case. His fastball has been hit hard. O'Hoppe had a big
fastball right there again. This is not the arm angle, just a little bit different. That's why you're seeing not as much run on the fastball from Nelson. It's like I said, it's still pretty firm, but he's trying to gain that velocity back. In the season, you're seeing the velocity up, but the arm side run is down. So you're a lot more center cut 4-seamers. Firm, but center cut.
And 17 home runs allowed as a result. There's O'Hoppe bouncing 1 foul. Logan had a good homestand, 7 out of 15. Drove in 4 runs as the Angels won 4 of 6 during that homestand. They went 3-3 the last time they were on the road in that Detroit-Tampa Bay trip. Largely, though, the road has been tough this year. 12-23 this season. Well, Kurt Suzuki says if they can just play the same way at home, they don't have to change anything now that they're on the road. They should have the same success no matter where they are. Inside out, swinging a liner to right. Carroll backs up and makes the catch. The Angels have actually hit better on the road largely this season. They've hit better on the road compared to their home ballpark than any team in the major leagues, but it's not always translated to wins.
Yeah, it's been a number of games that's gotten away from the Halos late on the road, but the offense has been consistent. Speaking of consistent, Walton has been consistent.
Yeah, he had a nice homestand himself, including his first homer as an Angel yesterday. Well, nobody knows better than the Diamondbacks that scoring runs doesn't always equal wins. 2 years ago, they led the major leagues in runs scored and missed the playoffs. Something that you feel is almost impossible with the expanded playoffs. The last team to do it was the Red Sox in 2011. They lost on the last day of the year.
Talking playoffs?
They'd like to here in Arizona. We'd like to talk playoffs too.
Yes.
1 ball, 1 strike on Walton. Angels are actually closer to first place than the Diamondbacks are, despite Arizona having 7 more wins. Trying to chase the Dodgers. One ball, 2 strikes. Well, for some reason, Evan Schloff now wants us to talk about Jeremiah Love throwing out the first pitch. There he is.
That was a pretty good pitch, too.
Incredible segue.
Yes. Painting the outside corner. Cardinal.
Is that the guy from Notre Dame, the running back? Or is that somebody else?
Yes, it is.
No.
The Fighting Irish of Notre Dame.
Yes. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Walton. And it's 2-2. I didn't realize he was on the Arizona Cardinals. And judging by the football attendances here, they might not know either.
Wow. Wow. Shots fired, everybody. Wait, you're making so many football friends everywhere we go, Wade. Whether it's in Detroit, now here in Arizona. We just love our football.
3-2 on Walton.
Fortunately, we're not going. Milwaukee's coming to see the Halos this year. We can take a drive over to Lambeau Field for you, just for fun.
Finally get one up on those Packers, and we can't even rub it in. 3-2.
Good battle here for Walton. Good battle.
Erica wants to add to our NFL talk.
Wayne, are you just upset because your team's moving to Indiana? So you're taking shots at everybody else?
It's not official yet.
Oh, man. Come on now.
That would be a setback, I think, to go to Indiana. Have to go to Indiana.
I might set you back.
3-2 on Walton. And a liner to left. What a good at bat. 8 pitches.
Excellent at bat. And he rocketed it the other way.
A bunch of foul balls and some hard contact the other way, as you said.
Well, he stayed on that one really well. Another hit on a 4-seam fastball. Feels like he generates so much of the power himself with the velocity. When it's away, you can get the barrel to it, and that's where the damage is done. See if the birthday boy can do something here.
A roller to the second baseman. Marte skips over and makes the play.
Welcome back to Chase Field with the Angels placing Grayson Rodriguez on the injured list earlier today. They were in need of some length this afternoon, and that led to the call-up of Brett Carey. It's quite a story. It was the Angels' 5th-round draft pick in that all-pitcher draft back in 2021. Over 580 innings pitched in the minors before the call-up. And he told us before the game today, he said he was dumbfounded when he heard the news. It was a team meeting after the Bees win last night. They said, hey, Jose Fermin, he's going back up. Yeah, that was one of the roster moves earlier today, too. But Brett Carey is also going up to the show, guys. He said all the guys were screaming, so fired up. There he is in the bullpen. He said it was so great. Family making their way out from North Carolina. His wife, kid, both sets of parents are going to be here. But as for his role for now, provide some length out of the bullpen, and we'll go from there.
I mean, how much of a thrill? I mean, it's got to be the greatest feeling ever for him. The battle as long as he has in minor league baseball, pitching at that level, and then all of a sudden you get the call to the show. Wow. Congratulations.
27 years old, Brett Carey. The Angels have not yet said, here's a fly ball foul by Lawler. They have not yet said who is going to take the place of Grayson Rodriguez in the rotation. Carey would be possibly available for that if he doesn't pitch out of the bullpen in this series. We'll see. Jordan Lawler, one of the top prospects in the Diamondbacks system, getting a chance in center field as he looks at a strike.
By the way, a good pitch to be able to get Arenado to pop it up in the infield.
Peraza handling that one off the bat of Arenado. As Lawler bats here, first round pick back in 2021. He was drafted 6th overall. He's had a couple of big league opportunities, which seems a little different now. Lawler's a little older and more accomplished as a minor league player.
Pretty good eye there on that sweeper.
2 balls, 2 strikes. The count on Lawler. Was drafted as a shortstop and moved around, but he's been a top prospect for years, and we've heard about Jordan Lawler the last 3 or 4 years. Foul tip, strike 3. O'Hoppe hung onto it, 2 down.
Sinker, 99. And that's the law. Not quite 100. Lawler's law.
Well, Urania fought the law, and Urania won.
Yes. Sinker. Punch out.
First one tonight for Walbert Urania. Now, Pavin Smith will be the batter. This feels a little more up Erica's alley, but he was named after the golfer Corey Pavin. His dad was Corey Pavin's agent.
Wow.
Gary Player's agent too. He didn't name him Player Smith. He named him Pavin.
Perfect. No Susan Lucci though. Erica Kane.
That's right. She has her own lineage.
Yes.
In her name. 1 ball, 1 strike on Smith. 2 out, nobody on here in the second.
Pavin and I both have great namesake stories, Wayne. Is that what you were getting at?
That's
Gooby?
what we were saying.
Exactly. Yes. Named after the Susan Lucci.
Yes.
It was a fictional character, but Corey Pavin was a real golfer.
What?
Yeah.
Equally cool story.
2 balls and a strike. Swing and a miss. Good changeup there. That was one of the better ones we've seen.
Nasty.
Yeah.
That was under control. That's the one he was fighting this to get a grip on and a feel for his last time out. Hopefully he'll have that one working here.
2 balls and 2 strikes on Pavin Smith. Swing and a miss. Got him again.
Back to back.
The harder changeup that time. Back-to-back strikeouts to end the inning. Christmas is coming early to Angel Stadium. The first 25,000 fans Friday, June 26th, will take home a plaid Santa hat courtesy of Discount Tire and Service Centers. Angels.com/promotions for more info on Christmas in June.
Yes.
It is Zach Neto leading off here in the 3rd against Ryan Nelson.
How perfect is that? You got Neto and Trout up, and you have a young fan getting some cards in there. Those guys like to open up those Pokemon cards on the plane.
Swing and a miss by Neto. That's what you think of when you think of future Hall of Famer Mike Trout. Pokemon fanatic.
Yes.
Neto struck out his first time. A lot of strikeouts, most in the American League this year for Neto.
That's another fastball he had there, just a little bit underneath it.
Count is 0-2. With Trout on deck. Trout scored in the first inning. Angels now have scored first in 9 straight games. Franchise record is within sight now, 12 straight, which they set in 1991.
Exact same sequence, 0-2 to a curveball. The first at bat on a strikeout. This time he's able to foul it off.
Another strikeout. Neto chases the breaking ball for the second time. And he has struck out both times. Only 2 strikeouts for Nelson. Here's Trout, and he will deliver us once again our Kia player profile, as Trout is ahead of everybody, miles ahead in wins above replacement for the players in his draft year. Paul Goldschmidt and Nolan Arenado are both borderline Hall of Famers. And they need to squint to see Trout.
Yes.
He's so far ahead of them in the distance.
Goldschmidt's been swinging the bat much better for the Yankees of late.
Well, that's been big for them without Judge. Arenado is here now playing third base.
Got him.
And Trout is hit by the pitch. Don't forget, Goldschmidt was a very good Diamondback for many years.
MVP. See if they get him on the guard at all. A little below it, or in the forearm.
Gives Trout a chance to score another run. He did earlier. His 52nd run scored. He leads the American League in that category.
Does have 7 stolen bases also.
It's the first time since 2019 Trout has stolen that many bases in a season. And he's trying to lead the American League in runs scored for the first time since 2016. When he led the majors that year with 123.
For a tall right-handed pitcher, Nelson has not given up a stolen base yet this year. Only 5 in 10 attempts in his career. He's pretty quick to the plate.
1 ball, no strikes on Meckler. Ground ball to the right side. Marte scoops it. Jump throw to second. An acrobatic play by Ketel Marte to get Trout.
Just a really good all-around player. And he's locked in. He's one of the best in all of baseball in every category as far as defense, running the bases, and certainly hitting.
So 2 down, and Joe Adell bats. He sliced a double into the right field corner his first time. Scored Trout all the way from first.
Carroll's not convinced he's going to hit one down the right field line this time either. He's moved well over to right center field.
Well, that's not totally in Joe's bag, but he pulled that club out earlier. Now loops one toward right center field. Marte backing up, and he can't make the play. It's over his head and into shallow right center. Heading for third. Meckler makes it. Now Adell to second, and he is safe. Although Perdomo thought he had the tag.
That's a risky move there by Joe Adell. Hopefully he got in there.
Yeah, we'll see. I'll tell you another thing. Meckler didn't run right away.
No, it was surprising on that one too. So fortunate even at third base too.
Well, I don't think Carroll even makes that throw to third if Meckler had taken off immediately. But the Angels are ending up just fine with it because Adell is safe at second base.
That hand is in there, and they stayed connected. So now you have 2 in scoring position. Shonawell.
So the Angels able to advance on the bases here. Meckler goes first to third. Adell bloops a base hit, takes second on the throw to third. It's crazy how that worked out, because if Meckler runs right away, Carroll probably never throws it to third.
He's thrown right into second base in his cutoff man.
So Adell's able to get the extra base after Meckler took a moment.
They're making him make plays against you in the field. That's the thing. Make him make a throw.
That's what we have seen more of from the Angels lately, and we'd like to continue to see.
Yes, even this, always take a shot. Yeah, sometimes you're going to get thrown out. But when you look at even the stolen base attempts, 7 for 7 during this stretch in which they've scored runs. Taking that extra base. You got 2 in scoring position now.
2 balls, no strikes, and that's right in there. 2-1 on Shonawell. Mentioned Shonowell, normally very good with runners in scoring position, and Nelson this year has not been.
Should get a fastball here too.
Just missed the inside corner, 3-1. It's a pretty hard cutter.
It's in that fastball family, a 95-mile-an-hour cutter. Almost acts like a four-seamer the way it cuts like that, just sharp at the end.
So count 3 balls and a strike. That time it touches the inside corner. A fastball did, and it's 3-2. And it's interesting to see Nelson throw a cutter that hard because he took the rotation spot of Corbin Burns last season when Burns went down because of Tommy John.
That was a pretty good cutter he had, and he threw a ton of them.
Oh,
he was a good pitcher.
They're hoping that he pitches again this season. We'll see if he's able to come back before the year is over. 3-2. Angels with a chance to break this tie. Shonowell rolls one to short. Perdomo backhands, throws, and gets him. First, just a few National League pitchers ahead of him, including Jacob Mizorowski, who's given up just, I think, 1 run since May 1st.
Yeah, a tough run given up in the first inning, really, for Arania, but he just battles and shakes it off as quick as possible.
Mizorowski has 80 strikeouts in that span since the beginning of May.
That's just not right. That isn't right.
He's had 4 double-digit strikeout games. He had 15 in his one-hit shutout the other day against the Phillies.
And he didn't even throw over 100 pitches. He threw 98 pitches in that
95.
That's unreal.
This is Tommy Troy, as he looks at a strike on a breaking ball. Tommy Troy, like Lawler, a first-round pick. He was drafted out of Stanford University a few years ago. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count on Troy. He's put up good numbers in the minor leagues. A lot of high average seasons for him. 394 with 17 homers his last year at Stanford.
He's got him set up for the changeup after that sinker, I would think.
1 hopper to third as Guzman comes in for it. And Troy out by a step.
Well, he can get down the line quickly. Troy from Stanford must have got a warm reception when he played USC.
.30.3 down the line, elite speed from Tommy Troy. One out here is Ketel Marte, who popped out his first time. Marte's been hitting the daylights out of the ball lately.
And a lot of first pitch damage too.
See the ball hitting in batting practice today that went to the very last row of the bleachers in right field. It's a ridiculous shot.
That walk-off home run he had against the Dodgers, I don't know if that even landed yet.
Very colorful batting gloves. He's wearing 2 different color cleats during BP today. And he's a colorful player to watch, Ketel Marte. Switch hitter, power from both sides. He was tremendous in the playoffs a few years ago. Well, sometimes he wants to take a day off. What's wrong with that? Torey Lovullo had to call a press conference the other day just to say that Ketel Marte is an all-around great guy.
Yes. Even Ferris Bueller took a day off, didn't he?
As I recall, he did. And everything turned out fine for Ferris. And everything's fine for Ketel Marte. One ball and 2 strikes on the Diamondbacks leadoff hitter. So it's a hard ground ball, but Peraza gets in front of it. 2 outs.
That's why you got an infielder there, even though it's hit over 105 miles per hour, right at Peraza.
Brings up Perdomo, who walked and scored in the first inning. The Cubs lead Colorado tonight 2-1. It's in the 8th inning there. Pete Crow Armstrong is hit for the cycle tonight, the first cycle in the major leagues this year. Coming at Wrigley, which is not really a triples ballpark like this one is.
Well, for him, anything hit that
true.
speed. It's unusual you see that hitting for a cycle and it's a 2-1 game.
Well, it also doesn't need to be a fast player to hit for the cycle. The last Cub to do it was Carson Kelly, a catcher last year. And before that, you had to go back to Mother's Day 1993, where Mark Grace hit for the cycle. And Mark Race is here.
Yes.
He's doing pre and post game for the Diamondbacks.
He's right down from
Yeah,
us.
he's only 3 doors down.
Got a chance to talk to him today again. He's the, oh, what a great player he was.
Here's a line drive to center field. Mike Trout sizes it up and makes the catch. 1, 2, 3 for Urania. Allow this graphic to tell you all about those hard charging halos.
Yes. Playing more successful baseball, scored a lot of runs. Batting average jumping up there. So on base percentage, Babbitt tops in the American League.
Yeah, the batting average on balls in play stands out, but I think what else stands out is how many more balls have been put in play too. This team has not struck out nearly as much as it did early on. Denzer Guzman is the batter here, grounded to short his first time.
Let's have that good power. You know, at some point he's going to connect on one.
I was just going to say, this seems like a place where he's going to hit one. Chase Field over the years has been a very hitter friendly ballpark. Not as much this season. They've fixed some of the problems they've had in the past. Here's a fly ball to right field. Carroll's chasing after it toward the corner, and he gets there for the out. One away here in the 4th inning. So they used to have natural grass here, and they would have to keep the roof open during the day just to get some sun on the grass and water and everything. So they were able to shut the roof once the game started, but for the day, this place absorbed all the heat here inside of Chase Field. So when they closed the roof when the game was about to start, all the heat was just trapped inside and the ball would fly here. But now they finally have a turf that they don't need to do that for. So they just keep the place air conditioned all day long, and it's a little fairer of a pitcher and hitter ballpark.
Yes. Still a super quick infield here, but as far as fly balls, it doesn't go as far. Although we saw in batting practice with mammoth shots in batting practice.
I mean, if they let the pitchers decide what the grass would look like, we would be playing in a cornfield.
Yes, I prefer the old Wrigley Field and old Tiger Stadium, that infield.
2 balls, no strikes on Logan O'Hoppe. At least now the pitchers have a freshly air-conditioned ballpark here. They don't have to deal with as much of the elements and the ball flying out like it did before.
I prefer the infield to look like one of the U.S. Opens, the rough. Like we got the U.S. Open coming up.
2 balls and a strike on O'Hoppe. That's at the knees, and it's 2-2.
Nelson's been able to keep the ball in the yard, and that's been the big issue for him this season. He's been hitting his corners and spots pretty good with his fastball.
Fly to center field here. This will be Lawler's ball. 2 outs here in the 4th. Donovan Walton will bat after a drive with Hyundai.
A car that sees what you can't, how it should be. The Hyundai Tucson.
Walton smacked a single his first time after an 8-pitch at bat.
I like what he said to Erica before the game, how he just keeps himself focused. He's still getting ground balls at third, still getting ground balls at second. That way he's not totally always just focused on swinging the bat. And that's why he's been so effective of late, crushing the baseball.
Batting .309 now. It's a check swing foul, and it's starting to be a decent sample size for Walton. This is his 19th game. He's had 17 hits and 55 at bats.
So hard, especially when you're not used to that DH role, just to think about hitting all the time. You have one at bat can mess you up the rest of the day. So keeping your mind going on other different spots you can help a team win makes it a little easier to do so.
A pretty good crowd is filled in here tonight. I think upper deck is almost all full.
I know. It is Monday, right?
They do a lot of ticket offers and stuff here, and that might be why it's the upper deck that is filled up. They do a lot of discount ticket offers and such. Actually do a really good job of that,
yes.
Drawing fans here more often. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Walton with a fly ball to right center. This is Lawler backing up over for it. And a 1-2-3 inning on 3 fly ball outs for Nelson. You kind of see as Corbin Carroll bats the headband that pokes out on the other side of his helmet, the part that has the open ear. It's a bad sign if Carroll is running around the bases and the headband is showing and the hair is flying in the wind. That way you've given up an extra base hit to Corbin Carroll.
Yeah, and he's so quick. His hands are quick, but he can run the bases exceptionally well, and he's a triples and doubles machine.
And you can see that headband poking out over the left ear. That's where you want to keep it. You don't want that headband fully exposed, because that means he's on his way to second, third, or home. His other left. 1 ball, 1 strike on Carroll, and that's ball 2.
It's interesting. He's trying to throw him changeups back to back. He's had a tough time with all speed pitches. Keep that helmet in place.
There it is. So they keep it there. That's where you want the headband. Just a little bit showing, not all the way. Well, there's a base hit to right, and this is where Carroll likes to take off. He hustles to first, makes a big turn, and Adele gets it in. You have to get the ball in immediately when Carroll is making his way around.
Yeah, when you're going over a scouting report, anything he hits and puts in play, he's always thinking extra base hit. Now you have a stolen base threat. That sinker was upstairs.
Over the last few years, he is one of the best base stealers in the game. He's 8 for 9 in stolen base tries this year. He already has 12 homers, 15 doubles, 8 triples, and 8 steals this year.
It's amazing. You remember he had the hamate issue in spring training, putting up these numbers.
Or that 1 year that Curtis Granderson had for the Tigers, in which he had 38 doubles, 23 triples, 23 homers, and 26 steals. That very, very rare 2020 season. There goes Carroll. Pitches inside, throw to second, skips into center field. Carroll takes off for third, and he makes it there safely. Peraza couldn't keep that ball in the infield, and Carroll escapes after his 9th stolen base.
Well, he's trying to be quick on the tag. I think if he's able to control that baseball, they might have had a shot at getting it.
That's a good throw. He had a great jump.
Like there, if he's able to control that baseball, I think they got him. Instead of that, he's at third base now.
Gave O'Hoppe the error because the throw bounced. Infield in for the Angels as Moreno to ground ball. Neto with the backhand keeps the runner at third.
Nice play. Good job of getting under control, looking him back to third.
A big first out in this inning. Forgot that in 2007 when Granderson had 20 doubles, triples, homers, and steals, Jimmy Rollins did that year too. And only 2 other players had ever done it. Willie Mays in 1957 and Frank Wildfire Schulte in 1911 for the Cubs. Little loop over the drawn in infield, and that's going to get Carroll home. A base hit for Gurriel. The Diamondbacks take a 2-1 lead. And stolen base and the error, putting Carroll in scoring position, and Gurriel knocks him in.
Yeah, the speed really for the Diamondbacks today results in 2 runs. We could have a 0 up there.
Yep, that's 2 extra bases they've taken. Both directly leading to a run scored. The Diamondbacks have a 2-1 lead now with Arenado at the plate. Popped out his first time, and he's about to pop out again. This time to Trout, 2 down.
He's out in front, pops it up.
Arenado's not allowed himself much screen time on his hometown broadcast here.
And we're trying to give him some love, and not allow us to do it.
From Orange County, and he has made 2 outs on 2 pitches. So try again later. Here's Jordan Lawler as he struck out his first time. Slow bouncer. Guzman on the grass picks it. Easy throw to end the inning.
2 quick outs.
Celebrate America's 250th birthday with this patriotic hat. The first 25,000 fans on Friday, July 3rd against the Red Sox will receive a patriotic hat courtesy of Pechanga Resort Casino. Angels.com/promotions for more info. That's a great hat.
That is an outstanding hat.
Oswald Peraza leads off here in the 5th inning. Major League Baseball also released the 4th of July weekend uniforms and hats today that the players will wear, and they are awesome.
Yeah.
Stars and stripes numbers on the jerseys, and the logos on the hats with the stars and stripes as well. Looking forward to 4th of July weekend. 1 ball, 1 strike on Peraza.
Fireworks all weekend long at the Big A.
Well, all 3 games against the Red Sox. And my favorite holidays. You get Christmas in June, and I'll get the 4th of July the week after.
There you go. That's how we play the game.
1 ball, 1 strike on Oswald Peraza. So far, Nelson's been pretty good so far tonight. Ran that one way up and in.
And they checked it. He almost went around on that one. It's because he was starting to swing on a fastball, and then it runs in on him.
Nelson lately has been pitching better here at Chase Field. His last 4 home starts. As Peraza pops it up in foul ground. Then out of play.
So far, not many fastballs over the heart of the plate for Nelson today.
Gave up 2 runs in 7 innings the last time he pitched here against the Dodgers. 1 run in 8 innings the start before that against Colorado. His last couple of outings especially, he's gone deep into games here and limited the offense. So far 1 run in 4 innings tonight. 2-2. Breaking ball is yanked toward third and foul.
His curveball has been pretty effective. Had a couple punch outs. Neto on that curveball. They were out in front. Pretty good separation to speed of that curveball compared to his fastball. About 15, 16 miles an hour differential in the speed. His curveball is throwing about 11%. Slider at times this season has been hit pretty good. 286 batting average with 4 home runs allowed.
Swing and a miss. Nelson getting Peraza to chase. All 3 strikeouts have been on breaking balls for Ryan Nelson tonight. 1 away here in the 5th.
And almost the exact spot for all 3 of those curveballs.
The first 2 strikeouts were Neto's. He is the batter here.
Same thing again after a slider.
Angels have 4 hits, Diamondbacks just 3, but Arizona's taken advantage of a couple of extra bases taken on the base paths tonight. Perdomo a heads up base running play, going first to third on a foul pop up. Carroll going first to third on a stolen base attempt, setting up a couple of run scoring hits.
Been behind 0-2 down 3 straight at bats.
That last run the Diamondbacks scored was unearned after the error by O'Hoppe. 0-2 on Neto. Lays off this time.
Breaking ball again. 0-2.
102 strikeouts for Neto now, the most in the American League. It's an alarming number.
Quite a few extra base hits though for him, so when he's made contact, he's done some serious damage. Hopefully that's going to be the case here.
It's a fly ball left center field, but it will not carry. Troy is over there and he makes the catch. Neto flies out, 2 down.
That slider more of the strike zone and just missed that one. That's more of that flat slider. A little bit higher of a launch angle for Neto. Otherwise, he's got a chance to drive that out.
Here's Mike Trout, who has already received a whole lot of all-star attention. Major League Baseball released its voting update today for the all-star ballots, and Trout has the second most votes among American League outfielders, only behind the injured Aaron Judge, and the third most votes for any American League player, only behind Judge and Yordan Alvarez, who's dominating the DH position.
I think both DHs are getting.
Here's a drive to right. Carroll's back for it. Out near the wall. It's gone. Mike Trout to the opposite field. He's back at Chase Field for the first time in 11 years, and he has hit his first home run in this ballpark.
And a four-seam fastball that was down. He went the other way. Good swing for Trout.
Straight away right field and gone.
What a swing that was.
It is the 29th different venue that Trout has homered in the regular season. He is now homered in 24 of the active 30 ballparks. And his first career homer here at Chase Field.
I love his reaction to, whew, I hit that ball pretty good the other way.
The check swing grounder. Right, Nelson got his glove on it, and it turns into a base hit. What is Nelson trying to do there?
I know, he's got to leave everything go now. He got one off the ankle and then one off the glove.
Makes no sense to try to make a behind-the-back play when you got Perdomo standing right behind you.
That's why you always look where your defenders are. But speaking of no defenders be able to get this one, that's a fastball. Just inside out, how quick that is. Step back, bam! Right field for Trout. 2 runs scored again today for Trout. 16th home run. Just tell him he's doing well in the All-Star game, and bam!
Trout seemingly on his way to another All-Star season. It would be his 12th. And it would be in Philadelphia this year's All-Star game. Almost certainly he is going to move on to the second phase of voting. So they'll start that phase 2, which will feature the top 6 vote getters amongst outfielders, and then they'll have to redo it to find out which 3 will be the starters. Although if you finish in the top 3, why don't you just get in? What's the whole point of the second phase?
I agree.
You're already voting. I've never understood that one. But Trout will be in his 12th All-Star game if he does pass through, and he might get in anyway, even if he doesn't. But he could be an All-Star starter again. There seems like there's a lot of appetite for Trout to be back in the All-Star game. That ball was ripped. It knocked Nelson's glove off. This time he picks it up with the bare hand and throws out Adele.
He is active. He's doing his Cameronero impression. We just saw that with the Rays. He tries to get everything.
Mike Trout with an opposite field home run ties the game, and it's 2-2 here in the 5th inning as Pavin Smith starts it off for the Diamondbacks against Walbert Urena. He bunts foul on the first pitch.
The swing that was for Trouty on the 4-seam fastball. He's been hitting the 4-seamer really, really well, especially when he's able to bring it down in the strike zone.
Ground ball and a base hit. Smith just pulls one through the hole. The leadoff man is on here in the 5th for Arizona. Tommy Troy, the batter, he grounded out his first time. All 4 Diamondback hits have been singles.
We know he can fly, so this could be a bunt spot.
And he shows bunt and looks at a strike. Ureña's been very efficient in the first 4 innings. The Diamondbacks really only have 2 runs because of good base running.
So they might even try to continue to do this, forcing the issue.
Smith doesn't have much speed at first, as Troy fouls it off himself. No balls and 2 strikes. Diamondbacks just around 500 so far this year. It gets you in the playoff conversation with that extra wild card. No balls, 2 strikes on Troy. Lays off
That's
the breaking
a good pitch.
ball. Yeah. Bouncing ball softly hit to the right side, quickly played to first by Peraza. Had to hurry with Troy running, but that's as effective as a sac by him. Moves Smith to second base.
And the more you see Ureña pitch, the more you would love to see your second baseman, whether it's Peraza or Ureña, play more so in the hole, especially with his sink and his changeup. That baseball's been hit a lot in that same exact spot, including a couple hits today through that hole.
And the lefties pulling the ball through there. Both Carroll and Smith did that. Now Marte pulls one foul.
As a fellow sinker baller, I used to always talk to even the great Frank White, who won, I think, 8 gold gloves at second base, and he said the same thing. I'm going to play in the hole. If it's a ground ball up the middle, you make the play. Otherwise, you didn't make your pitch. In the hole, I'm there to be able to protect you. Field that ground ball. It's kind of like where Peraza is right now. It's perfect.
No balls and a strike on Marte, who's 0 for 2. He grounded out to Peraza his last time. Hit the ball hard, too. Here's a chopper to the first base line. Shotwell grabs it and flips to Ureña for the out.
That's why you always go over that right side of the infield. Nice play by Shotwell and Ureña, and he spins right around. We know how well they're running the bases. There's not a ton of speed at third. You still got to make sure of it.
Now Smith at third base with 2 outs. You have to watch for the bunt with Perdomo. He's a very good bunter. He's lined out and walked today. He has scored a run. It's Guzman in close at third to try to take some of that bunt away. 1 ball, no strikes on Perdomo. The Diamondbacks haven't scored much overall lately. They were 7 games above 500. They were hitting and pitching really well. And all of a sudden they've trended downward again. They've lost 11 of their last 16.
Well, that's a good change up there. That's a really good take.
During this 5-11 stretch, they haven't hit well or pitched well, so it's just kind of been topsy-turvy for the Diamondbacks this year. 2 balls, no strikes on Perdomo. That's right in there to make it 2-1.
Able to throw that changeup for a strike in a 2-0 count. Good arm action he has with that pitch.
It's funny, he's just given up 2 runs in this start and none in his last start. And you can easily make the case that he's been better tonight than he was then.
Overall stuff, everything has been better. It's an unfortunate luck, really.
3 balls and 1 strike on Perdomo. That's a walk, so the only batter that Ureña has walked tonight has been Perdomo. He's walked him twice, but this one brings up very accomplished Corbin Carroll.
Last time Perdomo was on the run go. I mean, he's got great speed, but I don't think you take that shot with this guy at the plate, Corbin Carroll.
Probably not.
Although their base running has resulted in a couple runs, though. That's why you have a quick conversation here now with Logan O'Hoppin. He'll get the signal for the infielders in case he's going. If it's going to go through the second base or to the fake throw the second, quick to throw to third.
Hoppy and Arania have a chat, and we'll find out what there is to eat at Jack in the Box.
Get fired up with my new Hot Ones Munchie Meal with a Sriracha Curly Fry Burger or Buffalo Chicken Tater Melt.
Welcome to Jack in the Box.
Just missed. 1 ball, no strikes on Carroll. Tough guy to face here with a runner on third and 2 outs. Carroll tonight has fouled out and he's had a base hit and a run scored. Yanks it to first. Shotwell knocks it down and has the out.
Just down in front enough with that sweeper.
We're celebrating America's 250th birthday at the Big A with 4th of July weekend fireworks. Watch your Halos take on the Red Sox Friday, July 3rd through Sunday, July 5th. And stay after every game for a post-game fireworks show driven by your SoCal Hyundai dealers. Angels.com/promotions. It's going to be a big weekend at the Big A with the Red Sox in town.
Always big crowds for them also under normal circumstances.
250th birthday of our great country. Here is Nolan Shotwell leading off the 6th inning with a high.
Boy, did he just miss that one. He was ready to jump on that one, just got underneath it.
Carroll pulls it down. 1 pitch, 1 out here in the 6th inning. Both teams have made some quick outs tonight. Nelson at 75 pitches in 5 1/3 innings. Arania's at 64 pitches in 5 full innings.
Mr. Guzman likes to swing at the first pitch a lot himself here.
Fly to right field his first time. Home run that Trout hit earlier. Nelson has now allowed 18 home runs on the season.
12 on his fastball. That wasn't a real bad fastball. In fact, it was down to four-seamer, but it is a bad fastball to Trout when it's down.
And a guy who likes to throw the ball up anyway, Nelson, so he really missed if he's missing down like that. Only 2 pitchers in the majors have allowed more homers than Nelson has. Jeffrey Springs of the A's and Jamison Tyone of the Cubs. Ryan Nelson named after Ryan Sandberg. His dad's name is Ryan. His dad said his favorite player was Ryan Sandberg. Found a way that he could name his son after himself and his favorite player.
Yes.
So there you go. Ryan Nelson. Grounder left side and threw a base hit. Guzman just pushes it through the hole.
The slider was able to make contact, get it through. You can see how quick this infield is.
Yes, very.
Doesn't hurt hit about 103 off the bat too, but still it is super quick. Stolen base threat. He's got 1 stolen base. Picked that up, his first major league stolen base. Last homestand for Guzman.
No, he picked him off. Guzman picked off a first. And you mentioned earlier Nelson's quick feet on the pickoff attempt. And he's gunned down.
Well, you can see how quick that was too. See, it's a little harder getting back with a left-handed throwing first baseman because it's a quicker tag. You see that with a right-handed throw when you go to that back part of the base. It's a longer tag, but it got him.
Line toward right center field. This one headed for the gap as it falls in and bounces to the wall. So that pickoff looms large now as O'Hoppe has a 2-out double, but Guzman could have scored on the play like that.
Another good swing the other way. He's really doing a nice job of staying on the baseball lately, O'Hoppe. Fastball, four-seamer again, was lower third.
When he first came up, it felt like he was doing that all the time.
Yes. He got away from that trying to pull everything. He's got a lot of power that way.
Things have been much brighter for O'Hoppe here over the last couple of weeks offensively, and it's come as he's used right field a lot more often.
All of a sudden now with 7 doubles on the season.
Has one here with 2 outs, and now Walton pulls one into the Angel dugout. Just took out Siri.
Siri's saying, Siri, go the other way.
Balls and a strike on Walton, who had a base hit earlier and a fly to center field his last time. Hoppe at second base with 2 outs. Angels trying to take the lead. Walton fouls one off. Let's go down to Erica.
Yeah, good. We were talking before the game about how Walton has maintained his preparation, being in that DH spot. Yes, still taking the ground balls pregame. Said he found a consistent routine in between each inning just to stay loose. Also, when the team was in Detroit, he worked with Brady Anderson to break down the swing a little bit, got his hands in a better position at landing, and he said, and since then, I felt pretty good about where I'm going.
Yeah, his hands are much quicker, more direct going to that baseball. You see, we were mentioning that a little bit of like Aranda for we just saw with the Rays, how the hands is set up, is getting right to the baseball, not a lot of movement up and down as the pitch is being delivered. Talking to himself, trying to tell himself to stay back.
You think he told himself to drive in O'Hoppe here?
Yes, he did.
Well, he was unable to thanks to that high fastball. One of the few where Nelson has put it where he wants it tonight.
It's time for our Allstate Good Hands replay. Robert Urania, solid again tonight so far in this game. Couple punch outs, sinker, good change up there, but also now relying on that defense, especially on the ground balls. Guzman, soft play over there to third base, good quick throw to first, and then finish off that inning as a real good hitter for McCarroll. Ground ball going Sean Well. So far so good, 5 innings, just 1 earned run allowed, a couple punch outs, not as many swing and misses, but he's been getting some ground balls of late, which is so important for him. He's a ground ball machine at 51% ground ball rate.
Urania has been so good now for a very extended period of time. He's allowed just 2 runs in 5 innings today. He's given up 3 runs or fewer now in 8 straight starts. This would be 9 if he keeps it going. Gabriel Moreno is the batter here as he looks at a breaking ball strike. Moreno had a 2-out infield hit in the first inning that scored Perdomo, which gave Arizona its first run.
So 7 ground ball outs for Urania today.
1 ball, 1 strike, and a low pitch count. Diamondbacks, even on their hits, really have not hit him hard. Just Carroll's pulled into right field in the 4th with some authority. The 2-run scoring hits both were not hit hard. An infield hit from Moreno and a bloop hit from Gurriel.
It's really been the base running for the Diamondbacks that resulted in both runs.
2-2 now on Moreno. Moreno was initially in the Blue Jays organization. They had Alejandro Kirk, so they traded Moreno and Gurriel to get Dalton Varsho.
It's worked out for both teams, really.
Yeah. Probably a little better for the D-backs since they got 2 starters out of it, and Toronto got just 1. There's Gurriel, the other part of that trade for the Diamondbacks, on deck. Bouncer to third once again. This time Guzman has more time.
Boy, he got in his kitchen on that 4-seam fastball.
1 away here in the 6th inning.
Now 8 ground ball outs.
And even the fly ball outs have largely been on the infield.
Yeah, Arenado hasn't been able to get much distance on his good pitches. And Urania has thrown to a very good hitter in Arenado.
Only 2 fly ball outs to an outfielder today. Perdomo lined out to Trout in the 3rd inning, and Arenado with one of his pop-ups that made it to the outfield to Trout.
It's interesting. Urania was looking at it. O'Hoppe, if I was down, it was just slightly down below the strike zone, but a good sweeper.
It's Gurriel at the plate here with the count now 2 balls and no strikes. And that blue base hit to score Carroll in his last at bat.
Not a lot of at bats this year. Just back up the D-backs. It's a dangerous pitch to him. He's got good power, especially when he can guess fastball. It's more likely a fastball count.
Pops him up.
Again, another pop up in infield, Wayne.
Yeah, another one. We've had at least 4 of those here tonight. Only 2 to the outfield.
Tied him up with a 2-0 sinker on the hands.
That's the 5th pop-up caught by an infielder today. So Gurriel is the 2nd out of the inning, and now Arenado bats.
He's been aggressive on the first pitch today. Extremely.
He's made 2 outs on 2 pitches. Diamondbacks have made several outs tonight early in counts.
He was convinced that he was taking that pitch all the way.
Arenado's had a bit of a renaissance here with the Diamondbacks. A good 5 or 6 week stretch where he was hitting the ball well.
A lot of similarities with that little step back like Mike Trout. That back foot.
2 balls and 2 strikes on Arenado. He did not put up the numbers since leaving Colorado that he did there between St. Louis and now Arizona.
You can make an argument he's one of the all-time great defenders at third base all time.
Well, he won with 10 Gold Gloves in a row. That was pretty good.
Yeah. Brooks Robinson a little bit better.
Swing and a miss, strike 3. Urania got him with the changeup, and he's put together 6 solid innings here tonight.
Boy, both pitchers tonight, Wayne, have been outstanding in this ball game. Although I think Urania a little bit better. Less hits, less traffic. No walks though for Nelson. Mike Trout got him another home run allowed, 18 on the season.
Both pitchers have been pretty efficient as well. It's the 7th inning, and that's a called strike to Peraza. Get into that challenge territory now.
Yes.
Yeah, each team with 2 left. I think we've had 1 challenge today. Maybe not. I don't think we've had any actually. Peraza shoots one to right. It's a base hit past a diving Pavin Smith.
Well, that ball had to be hit hard to get by Smith there. And the catcher in quick hands. It was almost 105 off the bat. Now you have some action potentially. Good swing for the birthday boy.
26th birthday for Oswald Peraza. Pretty busy birthday around Major League Baseball. Some big time names on that list.
Yes. A chance to go back and forth with Wade Boggs to wish him happy birthday. Wally Joyner's birthday is tomorrow. Just in case you're checking it.
Oh, beautiful. Hall of Famer Wade Boggs. Yes. Billy Williams on that list too.
Hall of Famer, awesome.
Dusty Baker probably will be.
Yes, he will.
2,000+ wins as manager. Finally got that World Series win in Houston. Neto chops it to third. It is grabbed by Arenado. Throw to second, 1 over to first, 2. Smith dug it out for the double play. The Angels did not try to move Peraza. And Neto pretty early in the count anyway knocks into a double play.
Yeah, I think a lot of times, especially when you're struggling at the plate, it's not a bad time to put a hit and run on. It allows you to think of something like making some contact on the ground. Yes, he did do that. But if you have movement going on, that's not an easy play anywhere in the infield.
Well, here's Trout, who ripped a home run in the opposite field his last time. His first career home run in a regular season game here at Chase Field. He homered against Canada once in this ballpark at the WBC.
He's trying to elevate the fastball this time, unlike what he tried to do in the 5th inning. And you see where the target was set and the reaction of Moreno behind the plate. Other way for Trout.
Up and in with a fastball, 2 balls and 1 strike.
bullpen action for the Diamondbacks.
Swing and a miss, and it's 2-2. Trout now 420 home runs. Once he clears Edwin Encarnacion, he's got a whole row of Hall of Famers
Yes, he does.
to pass. Two balls, two strikes. And he'll start clearing those names here fairly soon if he keeps up on his current pace. Already 16 on the year. Trout has hit now 11 homers on the road this year. He could set a new Angels record for most road homers in a season. Might as well. He's got all the other records.
Yeah, and he's also at a 3-2 count too.
Yeah, he has the record for that, I think,
Yes.
this year too.
Yes. I wonder if he tries that four-seam fastball upstairs, or does he come back with something all speed?
3-2. Trout has been on base all 3 times tonight. He has scored both Angel runs. Trying to break this tie in the 7th. He takes strike 3, although he wanted a challenge, but that's a strike.
Yeah, that got a lot of the strike zone.
So Ryan Nelson completes the 7th. He's given up 9 hits, but only 2 runs tonight. Angels baseball on AB TV is presented by Pechanga Resort Casino. That's the Valley of the Sun right there. Phoenix, Arizona.
A lot of sun here today. A lot of sun.
It's only about 105 a day.
Yeah, it's dry heat though.
It is a dry heat, no question. Get a lot higher than 105 before the summer is over, believe you me. Here is Jordan Lawler leading off the bottom of the 7th. Albert Urania has not recorded an out in the 7th inning yet this season. He has had now 6 games where he has completed 6 innings, including tonight, but he has not gone into the 7th inning yet. As he gets ahead of Lawler, 0-2. A very efficient pitch count has allowed Urania to go further along than what we have seen before.
And just mixing and matching with his pitches, working ahead, and pretty consistent here tonight.
He's been really good. 2 runs allowed, although just 1 of them earned. He was trying to match Ryan Nelson through 7 innings. 0-2. He hit him.
Just overthrew that changeup. Now some stress here. Good speed. Just tried to really turn that changeup over. Get him in the thigh.
Lawler's only played 8 major league games, and he already has 4 stolen bases.
Dave McKay, one of the all-time great first base coaches for the Diamondbacks. He picks up things really well as far as.
Oh, he just got him picked off.
Yes. I think they're going to challenge that one, though. He's trying to determine and tell him how long of a look over there to first base. It's a long time to make that decision.
Now, they didn't seem convinced, but they're going to try to challenge this anyway. Let's take a look.
Arizona's challenging the alcohol.
Vic Carapazza is the crew chief and the home plate umpire.
See, he was leaning there. He was going. I think he got his hand in there, I think.
Shonowell tagged him on the thigh, it looked like, when he was out in front of the base. Get a great look from this angle. The video board angle, we can't tell anything. We'll see if we can get a closer look. Here's one of the video board that we're seeing. I don't know. I don't know.
Is there enough to be able to overturn it? It took a while to make that decision. I think I understand why they did that.
Well, normally when the home team has the review in its favor, clearly you can hear the crowd react when they show it on the video board. There was no reaction to that.
No.
Although there are a lot of Angel fans here.
But it was a quick tag. Did he get him on that leg and thigh area? Because with one angle we saw, it looked like he got the hand back. a swipe tag. Still think he got his hand in there. Every angle they're showing up on the scoreboard here doesn't look convincing for the fans that get into it. But I think he got his hand in there, unfortunately.
Let's see, this has been a long review now.
That always helps.
Lawler called out on the field. Like he's probably safe, but it's hard to say for sure.
Yeah. Could be his first career pickoff for Rainier.
Be a big moment in the game too. You'd like to get Lawler's speed off the bases here,
yes.
Tied up with nobody out.
They're even taking a look at the scoreboard up there themselves. I mean, at that angle, every angle from there, it's a tough one.
Tough to tell when exactly he hit the base with his hand.
You know, that first baseman Smith.
It's easier to tell. I think he might be out actually.
After review, the call in the field is going to stand. The runner is out.
Stands.
Arizona loses the challenge.
It's the law.
When he slams the base, when you could see his hand make impact at the base, the tag's already on him.
Mentioned that about a right-handed throw on first base. You go to that back corner.
So you kind of see his wrist and his arm start to be pushed back by the base. By that time, the glove's on him.
Yeah, it's touched the thigh before the full tag.
So one out.
It's a good time to get your first career pickoff.
And get your first career out in the 7th inning too.
Yes. Help yourself.
So Rainier picks off Lawler immediately after hitting him with an 0-2 pitch.
Well, you don't see that too often. Two right-handed pitchers getting pickoffs in a game.
Angels got picked off today too by Ryan Nelson. It's Guzman who got picked off in the 6th inning. Here's Smith with a fly ball to the right field corner. It's very deep. If it's fair, it's gone, and it's a home run off the foul pole. Pavin Smith has given the Diamondbacks the lead.
Boy, that was a changeup inside part of the plate, the dangerous spots. His first home run of the season. Boy, just one hook foul. 37-degree launch angle, 103 off the bat. All you could hope for was going foul, but see where it's at. It's the inside part where you try to hope is if you're going to miss your change up there, it's away.
So Smith with the home run to give Arizona the lead. He's never been a big home run hitter. Career high was 11 5 years ago. He missed the first couple months of this year with an elbow injury, and he has his first home run of the season. Chopper up the middle by Tommy Troy as Neto throws him out. 2 away.
Tough one there too. That this changeup was. You can even see the target by O'Hoppe once that drifted away, cut in. Just the second home run he's allowed on his changeup all season long.
Big blow in this one as Arizona takes a 3-2 lead. Now Marte 0 for 3 takes ball 1. Rainier's been very good today. It's his longest outing of his major league career and of his rookie season. He only given up 4 singles through 6 1/3 innings until that home run launched by Pavin Smith. Now Marte shoots one to right field past Shonowell. A 2-out base hit. Now Rainier's got to try to get out of this inning with this score still within reach for the Angels offense. Has 9 hits tonight,
yeah,
just 2 runs.
Plenty of opportunities. Just haven't bunched the hits together.
Mike Maddox goes to the mound, and we'll go into a Kia. Video board here telling the fans to make some noise, but the sound system here is doing plenty of a good job of that.
Yes.
This is teeth chattering.
Yes.
The noise here at Chase Field. I mean, it's unreal. I don't know why baseball stadiums have suddenly started playing all this noise. We hear it around the league. Remember, Yankee Stadium was crazy.
Yes. We know how Dodger Stadium can be also.
Yeah, Dodger Stadium too. It's really unnecessary for a baseball game to have all this earth-rattling noise. Here's Perdomo with a fly ball left center, headed for the gap, and it gets in and goes to the wall. Marte will score easily. Perdomo with a double, and the Diamondbacks score twice here in the 7th off Walbert Urania.
Well, it's been so good. It's going to be unfortunate now, probably out of the game after that one.
It's a tough way to finish this for Urania.
Well, he stayed on that one really well. Perdomo did on that one for a double. His 10th double. That's a big add-on run.
You know, ultimately, and for whatever it's worth, I think at the very least you get Walbert Urania the experience of going this deep into a game. Yeah, nice play by Peraza as he throws out Carroll to win the inning.
What a play that was.
Arizona takes the lead, 2 runs in the 7th off Urania. Angels baseball on ABTV is brought to you by Hyundai. There's never been a better time to test drive that Hyundai you've always wanted. Visit your SoCal Hyundai dealer today. By Jack in the Box, get fired up with the Hot Ones Munchie Meal. And by Villa Ford of Orange, step up to the plate and drive home a winner today at Villa Ford of Orange. Arizona took a 4-2 lead in the bottom of the 7th. Pavin Smith hit a home run. Geraldo Perdomo a 2-out RBI double, and now Jonathan Loaizaga, the former Yankee, faces Wade Meckler to start the 8th inning.
Guy with a big-time fastball, as you can see, 90-80s, anywhere 95, 99 miles an hour with a sinker, curveball, changeup.
Meckler had a base hit his last time up, an infield hit off the glove of Nelson. Now rolls one right to Marte. That's an easy out to start the 8th inning. Diamondbacks padding their defense with Jorge Barosa entering the game to play center field. And that moves Jordan Lawler to left field as Tommy Troy comes out of the game. With 1 out, the batter is Adele, who has 2 hits tonight, an RBI double in the 1st inning, singled in the 3rd. And for Joe, that's 10 times on base in his last 3 games.
I'm going to rock it back up the middle and knock the glove off of Nelson, too.
Yeah, he was thrown out on that play, but it could have been a base hit as well. 1 ball, no strikes. Right in there from Loaizaga, made his major league debut on this date 8 years ago as a Yankee. It's good years as a Yankee, just wasn't always healthy there. Off the hands, Adele, it's a 1-hopper to Marte. A little bit of funny spin there, but Marte stayed with it. 2 outs. Arizona's closer is Paul Sewald.
Angels know him really well.
Yeah, I was going to say, we've seen that act before. Not really a hard thrower, but at times has been effective in his career, especially in the late innings of games.
Use an extra base hit here for Shawneewall just to get something going. Mentioned those good career numbers against the Diamondbacks, hitting over 400 coming into the game. It's been a tough time so far tonight.
Strike one to Shotwell, or strike two rather. 0-2 the count. Nolan 0 for 3 today.
That was below the strike zone on that one.
Angels still have one challenge left. One other game in progress tonight. A's lead the Pirates 6-1. The pitcher's probably glad to be back in Sacramento.
Yes. And that's usually not the greatest place to pitch to begin with.
Round ball up the middle. Marte sliding stop. He makes all 3 outs here in the 8th. Well, you can make your favorite Halos All-Stars, including Mike Trout, who already has the 2nd most votes among AL outfielders. Scan the QR code and give him some more. Cast your 2026 Konami eBaseball MLB All-Star ballot daily, or visit MLB.com/vote. Angel fans trying to stick it out here tonight to see if the Halos can rally in the 9th inning. Down 4-2 here in the 8th. Jose Fermin back in the major leagues. Will try to keep this a 2-run game.
I always talk about his slider. Sometimes we'll back up, sometimes we'll break the other side of the plate. It'll be important to have that slider working here tonight for Fermin.
Urania wins 7 innings. Still turns out to be a quality start because he gave up 3 earned runs despite allowing 4 total. His first 7-inning performance as a big leaguer.
Still overall really solid performance. Just a couple pitches that stayed with that fastball, that 4-seamer that stayed out over the plate. Perdomo had a good swing on that one. But the changeup to Smith is one that stayed on the inner half, a dangerous spot. He was able to keep it fair off the foul pole.
So Urania's developing into someone who's going to be part of the future here. It probably serves him well, even if it didn't turn out well in the 7th inning, to let him pitch in the 7th inning of a game.
Let him go through a lineup the 4th time through, 3rd and 4th time through.
So even though the results tonight weren't the way you wanted it, it probably in the long run is a better thing that he went out there and did it. One way or the other.
I agree.
1 ball, 2 strikes on Moreno. In the short term, the Angels are hoping to try to stack some wins and get back toward 500. See how much that could play, but we got a long way to go to get there right now. 1-2. Moreno was able to get his swing checked. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The Angels have played better over the last few weeks. They need to play even better over the next few months to start to make that trek toward 500 again. In the hole at short, it's Neto with a backhand and a strong throw to get Moreno.
Some solid defense tonight for Zach Neto. That's the plus right now.
1 out. Our upcoming schedule: watch Angels games all year long on ABTV, presented by Pechanga Resort Casino. 2 more here and then 4 in Sacramento. Well, the A's get a 2-week homestand because they were home in Vegas, their new home or their future home, last week in all those high-scoring games against the Brewers and the Rockies, and now they're in Sacramento hosting the Pirates and the Angels this week.
Yes.
So that worked out nicely.
Yes.
2-week homestands are nice until you get the 2-week road trip to make up for it. And
yes,
some regrets.
Yeah, eventually you end up having a nice long road trip.
Rounded to 3rd, it's Guzman with a backhand near the line. Another good throw from Guzman tonight. 2 outs.
Been active. He's been solid. More and more experience at third base. Even that play that 1 run scored, it was a long throw. He skipped it across the infield. It was the right decision. Just pulled Shotwell just off the bag enough. Get that first or the 2nd run across.
There's a strike to Arenado. For Urania now, that's 9 straight starts, giving up 3 earned runs or fewer in each of them while going at least 5 innings.
Yeah, I think you're correct on that one. I think it's really going to help him as he goes forward there. To be able to go into that 7th inning place a tough part of the lineup too, especially after the home run by David Smith down the line.
His
They had a couple decent swings, but still overall really good stuff.
And his development this year is hugely important, especially as he's emerged. Balls and 2 strikes. Arenado grounds one up the middle into center field. That's a 2-out single for the veteran third baseman. We'll have Angels Live postgame presented by Kia after this one is over. The last American League pitcher that young to have 9 straight starts giving up 3 earned runs or fewer was Francisco Liriano 20 years ago. Runner going. Arenado trying to steal second, and he's in there. Third steal in 3 tries for Arenado this year.
And when a guy like Arenado is just a veteran, he's just going to see if you're not paying attention or not. Got his foot in there.
You mentioned Dave McKay, the great first base coach of the Diamondbacks. Close, but Arenado ruled safe. He's only 2 steals away from his career high. He's never had more than 5 in a season.
Thing is, you mentioned Dave McKay. He knows all the tendencies. Jose Fermin, if he pays attention, how long he holds the baseball before delivering it. Is he more susceptible to a stolen base early in the count? He has all that information. So good. Been that way for a long time.
Lawler takes ball 4. Hoppy's trying to challenge this.
Wow, that's not going to turn out good.
Why would you challenge this one? The Angels are out of challenges now, and they're down 2 going into the 9th inning.
A 3-0 count to boot.
It's not exactly the situation to go for it there unless you're absolutely sure. So now the Angels won't have a challenge chasing 2 runs in the 9th inning or more. This inning's not over yet. Arenado's at second base. Lawler's at first. Here's Pavin Smith, whose home run broke the tie against Urania in the 7th inning. At the top of the 9th, Angels will have Guzman, O'Hoppe, and Walton due up. They will likely face Paul Sewald unless Arizona busts it open. Then it'll be Ryan Thompson who's warming up as well. Dodgers and the Rays are tied at 3. All the runs in that game in the first 2 innings, including Kyle Tucker hitting a 3-run homer for the Dodgers.
Kind of a quiet first season for the Dodgers. Good home run there, though.
Only a 6th so far this year. Washington continues to pile on runs. They beat Kansas City 7-3 tonight.
Their offense is unreal this year.
Crushing the ball. Chopper to second base. Peraza has that, and Fermin puts up a scoreless 8th inning. On AB TV presented by Pechanga Resort Casino. By StubHub, a proud partner of Angels baseball. And by Nissan, hurry in and bring home a winning deal at the Nissan Summer Sales event. Paul Sewald has done an excellent job this year closing games for the Diamondbacks, and he will try to wrap this one up with a 4-2 lead.
Yeah, 17 saves and 18 appearances. 4th game in the last 5 days, though. It's not overpowering, but he really knows how to pitch. Fastball, 89-94 range. Slider, very, very good. Tight slider and changeup. Mostly sliders he'll throw.
Denzer Guzman leads off the 9th inning and takes a slider for ball 1.
Go back to run the key for the game today for the Halos to make this comeback free and easy. This nice relaxed hand, especially with a guy who throws this many sliders.
Paul Sewald has not blown a save this season other than May 13th in Texas. That might be a place he doesn't ever want to go back to. He gave up that game 1 of the World Series in 2023 when he was closing games that year for the Diamondbacks. And he has his only blown save this year at Globe Life Field in Arlington. Ildemaro Vargas, the new first baseman, couldn't reach that one. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
5 career saves against the Halos.
With the Mariners for a while too. So.
His 23rd career appearances against the Angels.
Did a lot of those high kicks after some of those Mariners saves. 1 and 2. Swing and a miss. It was the slider. Strike 3.
That's that tight slider he'll throw a lot of. He'll throw just enough fastballs to make you aware of it. Then he's going to try to get you out with his slider.
Punch out for Sewald. It's his 500th career strikeout. He's got a strike on Ohapi.
I think a lot of times if you approach against Sewald, you got to think I got to go the other way as a right-handed batter. If he makes a mistake you can adjust to it, but the other way has got to be the approach.
0-2. Hoppy doubled to right center field his first time. Angels have had 9 hits tonight. They've out-hit the Diamondbacks, but they've only scored 2 runs. 1 in the first inning on Adell's RBI double and Trout's homer in the 5th. That's ball 2.
That would have been real interesting if he called that a strike because you have no more challenges.
You know, Hoppy let that challenge go in the bottom of the 8th, challenging a 3-0 pitch that was not particularly close. Fly ball right center field. This one's hit well. Carroll's going back for it. Out near the wall, and he has just enough room near the pool out there to haul it in. Hoppy bidding for another extra base hit the other way. But he's the second out here in the 9th.
And that's the approach you got to take, and he went with it, but it's not quite enough to get it out there to right center.
Now Donovan Walton will try to keep this one going for the Angels. We'll have game 2 of this series tomorrow night. Reed Detmers looks to stay hot against Merrill Kelly, a veteran who has struggled this year for the Diamondbacks.
So just down by 2, just got to get a base runner, bring that tying run to the dish.
Raza is due up next.
Just love to be able to flip it up to the top of the lineup if possible here.
That's a strike on the edge. 1 and 2.
Well, he just doesn't miss many spots. See, Wall, he's always on a corner.
That's too far off the corner. Angels desperate for a base runner here in the 9th inning to try to get that tying run to the plate. 2 and 2 on Walton. And a high fly ball right center field. Carroll's back for this one. Out near the wall. That ball is gone. Donovan Walton has homered for a 2nd straight day, and the Angels aren't done yet. It's 4-3.
Boy, his swing continues to impress. even with a couple strikes on him. Still that good power. Just kept drifting and drifting out. That's a big part of the yard, and he got it out. Second home run is a halo. Just like that, that tying run does come to the dish. Surprised that Sewald went with a four-seamer there, especially after he just missed with a backdoor breaking ball.
Now Peraza on his birthday is the tying run, and he takes ball one with Neto on deck.
How short he is to that baseball right there. I mean, you can't be any quieter. Free and easy. We talked about the key to the game. Free and easy on that swing.
Just got it into that pool area. Now ball two to Peraza. And Sewald suddenly on the ropes. He's allowed a two-out homer to Donovan Walton to make it a one-run game. And now Oswald Peraza with the count in his favor. It's 2-0. And a big swing on the fastball upstairs. He missed it for strike one. 5 homers allowed by Sewald now on the year, although 4 of them have been to lefties. That's a strike. 2-2. Got to look to right field if you're a righty against Sewald, right?
Got to. I mean, you can almost guarantee a breaking ball is coming here now. He's able to sneak that fastball by him looking. Try to sneak a fastball by Walton. He hit it out.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Laid off for ball 3. Zach Neto hoping for a chance.
Still think he's going to get it again. He's got to be patient enough. Make sure it's a strike.
3 balls, 2 strikes as Peraza tries to keep this game going. A 1-run game. And he swings through the fastball to end it. Sewald gets the save despite giving up a 2-out homer. He strikes out Oswald Peraza to end the ball game.
Yeah, he was thinking break a ball there too, but he got him a fastball by him. So the player of the game, Pavin threw that home run off the foul ball against Walbert Arena. Gave him the lead. They won by 1. That was a big swing for the Diamondbacks.
And Arizona takes the opener of this series 4-3. We'll be back to wrap it up.
And Sportage Vehicles.
Angels lose a tight one in the desert tonight, 4-3 the final score against the Diamondbacks. They'll try to even up this series tomorrow. Game 2 at 6:30. Reed Detmers will start. Our coverage begins at 6 o'clock with Angels Live pregame. Coming up next, Angels Live postgame brought to you by Kia with Gooby and Erica. For them, I'm Wayne Randazzo saying good night.